So Celtic are sitting 12 points clear at the top of the table after Rangers lost yet again. In today's video, we are going to go over all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours, which includes Brendan Rodgers' exciting transfer blueprint ahead of the January window. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Current UEFA Conference League champions Olympiacos have sounded out fringe Celtic winger Luis Palma for a January transfer, according to Honduran outlet La Prensa. The 24-year-old has fallen out of favour in Glasgow's East End over the past 12 months. Palma made a positive start to life at Celtic, regularly scoring domestically and in the UEFA Champions League. He has started just 2 games this season, though, and is very much on the fringes of Brendan Rodgers' squad. It took injuries to 2 wingers for him to even get a substitute appearance against Dundee United on Sunday. A January departure is best for all parties, and according to La Prensa, 2 MLS sides, along with Olympiacos, who sit top of the Greek top flight, have sounded out Palma for a move next month. Getting fringe players off the books, as well as bringing in some added quality and firepower, is Rodgers' plan for next month. Palma isn't the typical pacey, high-pressing winger the manager usually works with, and although he was signed under the stewardship of the Irishman, it doesn't look like he is in the plans. His recent performances have flattered to deceive too, and certainly not helped his chances of staying at Celtic long-term. Now onto the main story. Aberdeen's former chief Keith Wentz has claimed Celtic will have drawn up big transfer plans for January, as Brendan Rodgers deserves to be backed. Speaking on the new edition of Football Insider's Inside Track podcast, the 66-year-old, who served as CEO at Aberdeen between 2000 and 2004, claimed the Hoops would not be gambling by spending big due to their enviable financial position. Celtic's 2023-24 accounts, 16th September, showed their year-end cash rose from £72.3 million in 2022 to £23 to £77.2 million last season. The Hoops also sold Matt O'Reilly to Brighton in the most recent summer window for a reported fee of £25 million. On the pitch, Rodgers' side are 12 points clear in the Scottish Premiership and are well placed to progress to a knockout playoff in the Champions League. Wyness insisted Celtic will have identified their top targets for January, with Europe now the main focus. He told Football Insider's Insider Track podcast, "It's self-evident they need to strengthen the squad. Rodgers' biggest stick will be the European adventure. The squad will need to be strengthened for that. Celtic are romping away with the league, and Europe is now the main focus. You know by now that they'll have selected targets. There won't be any last-minute decisions. It'll have been planned. Celtic are in an enviable position because they have money in the bank. They're not gambling anything or borrowing money to try and go further in Europe. They can make a calculation at the revenue they stand to gain, so it's a measured gamble and nowhere near as risky. I think Rodgers deserves to be backed. They had a good start in Europe, so Celtic should spend and invest that money in the bank back into the squad." In other news, Engels is loving life in Scotland after joining Celtic for £11 million from Augsburg in the summer. The Belgian's hefty price tag meant he came to Parkhead with unusually high expectations, although many fans forget his age and the fact he is still adapting to a new country, culture and way of living. So far, while some supporters haven't been blown away by the 21-year-old, he is putting up respectable numbers. 12 goal contributions in 23 games isn't a return to be sniffed at. As a youngster with high expectations, moving abroad was never going to be simple, but Engels is enjoying life in Scotland. "It's been really nice," he said, the Herald. "Everybody's really nice to me. Also, settling down here, it's been amazing. It's an amazing country, actually, so it's all been easy for me. In the team, the boys are amazing. They're all fantastic guys that we can love every day. So it has been really enjoyable, actually. Just the people are my favourite thing about Scotland, actually. Everybody's so nice to each other. That makes me feel really welcome here. Also, of course, you have really beautiful places here in Scotland. The city is also nice, so it has been really nice." At 21, Engels is only going to improve. He is already an established Belgian international, and with Celtic, he has shown signs of promise. Functionality and what he brings to the team has been a question posed to Engels, although his numbers speak for themselves. He brings elite set-piece ability too, which the Hoops have lacked for years, and is a highly intelligent player who moves well and remains creative. The ex-Augsburg man is versatile and can operate in a more advanced midfield role or equally deeper in a double pivot. Brendan Rodgers undoubtedly sees something in the midfielder, who will only get better with time. In other news, despite Dyson Maeda currently enjoying his best season in green and white, his Celtic teammate Kyogo Furiahashi has been named in the Japanese PFA's Team of the Year. The striker has netted 16 goals in 45 games throughout 2024 for his side and was recently recalled to Hajime Moriyasu's national team for his antics. Kyogo hasn't been at his prolific best this year, but by his fellow countrymen, he was voted as one of the best players in his homeland throughout 2024. The 29-year-old was named in Japan's best 11 alongside the likes of Borussia Mönchengladbach's Ko Itakura, Liverpool star Wataru Endo, Takahiro Tomiyasu of Arsenal, and Brighton and Hove Albion ace Karu Mitoma. Despite PFA recognition, Kyogo has fallen out of favour on the international scene. Although he has the same number of caps as club teammate and fellow countryman Maeda, the centre-forward has played just once for the Samurai Blue this year, a 13-minute cameo in a World Cup qualifier against China. With growing transfer interest from Atlanta United, the striker's future is seemingly up in the air. Ronnie Deula's side could reportedly make a January move for Kyogo, who hasn't been at his clinical best this season. Regardless, his form throughout the calendar year has been enough to be included in the Japanese PFA team of 2024, which can't be a bad thing. Lastly, potential suitors are lining up for Alexandro Bernabei after the left-back enjoyed a prosperous spell on loan at International in 2024. The Argentine joined Celtic for £3.75 million under Ange Postecoglou, but failed to nail down a place in the team. He departed on loan at the beginning of this year, and after a slow start to life in Brazil, Bernabei soon flourished. The 24-year-old made 23 league appearances for International, netting 3 goals and assisting 5. He established himself as one of the best left-backs in Brazil, and with his loan soon expiring, his future remains uncertain. International want to permanently sign Bernabei, although they cannot afford his £7 million asking price. Celtic, though, have suggested they pay the desired fee in instalments. The Scottish Premiership will make a decision on the defender's future in the new year, and with International struggling to sign him permanently, Cruzeiro have joined Palmeiras in the race to sign Bernabei. It doesn't look like the left-back has a long-term future in Glasgow's East End, and Celtic have an opportunity to make a tidy profit on a player who, by all accounts, has flopped in green and white. January will be a busy month at Parkhead, with several departures and incomings expected. Celtic fans, what are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let us know down in the comment section below. That does bring us to the end of today's video. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you.